There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who can extrapolate from incomplete data. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Today, we're going to talk about the best 3v3 defense teams, at least as far as we can tell from the very start. I might put out a video in a week just to kind of update this, because this is crazy, guys. This set is just so insane. So, I do have an offensive teams video that I put out as well at the exact same time, so that's linked in the video description or at the end of this video. You can just click on that. It'll be linked on the screen. And I just put out during last week, I put out a 3v3 best early game GAC teams that just goes in and does not assume that you have any Galactic Legends or Conquest characters, because early game doesn't have those things at all. If you're early game, you know that. So even if you're late game, now you know it, because I told you. So go check that out. That's gonna be linked in the video description, guys. Huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support, guys. I really couldn't do this without you. And if you want to support the channel for free, folks, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm together or separately. If we mount it together, we won't. I don't know. I'm not inspiring right now. I don't feel inspired. So let's just move on to the mounting, shall we? Progress to the mounting. Whoa, we're in the game. This is madness. Huge shout out to Tomford, by the way. He's awesome. He's one of the guys I talked to before a lot of these, and he gave me a couple ideas. Mostly, though, this time he was like, just get attacker crons. That's all you need. Just get attacker crons and you'll win. And not everyone has attacker crons. And in fact, not everyone knows what those are. So what we did in the the offensive teams video, I just want to clarify what I mean with attacker crons. So we have the old set, the one that's going to dust in a couple months. So that's pirates, that is the first order stuff, and then some UFU cron. There's some decent stuff there. There's the Akbar, the fish focus data cron, etc. But then this new set is crazy because instead of doing factions, it does roles, and so that's like there's a support, there's supports and attackers, healers, and well, whatever the other one that I missed was, tanks. And all of them have a wordy option that's fairly rare to roll, but if you do get them, they do a lot of crazy stuff. So like tanks are, the attacker cron is the best. It's just you ramp damage, you deal damage based off of how many buffs your opponents have, and so that hurts a lot when if you're using a lot of these other thick or wordy crons, because you're getting a lot of buffs from those. So the attacker cron is just king right now, and until or unless CG releases some kind of a buff or some kind of a nerf to the attacker cron, it's just going to reign supreme over the rest of them. But the tank cron is cool. Just lets the tank revive once, and the tanks assist all the time. They taunt just perpetually for various reasons. I'm just going quick over these. Healers auto-revive everyone on their team the first time they die, and they also, the crazy part about this one, and this is going to be a huge factor for this video, guys, is they inflict healing immunity, they can't be dispelled, can't be resisted, etc. for 2 turns every time the healer goes, and at the start, just at the start of their turn. And then they revive their friends as well. So really big deal here for our defense. Like I'll discuss. And then the support cron it just gives you some buffs and dispels their buffs, which is nice. We also have some decent crons here that we're going to be talking about as well. So our focus data crons. So let's zoom in and get to it. So I mean, I should just tell you guys, I think I already said it once, but this is a very weird season. Like, no one really knows what's going to happen this season. We're all just guessing. We hope we understand what's going to happen, but it's tough to know, and so just take it with a grain of salt that we may end up having to adjust quite a few of these teams. But as best as I can tell, here are the best. There's the best defensive strategy. We're not actually putting as many Galactic Legends on defense as I usually do. One of the things we're gonna do though is we're gonna focus on having a lot of healer crons. The healer level 6s go really well on defense because they prevent your opponent from growing their banners back. And so if you put a ton of healer crons, level 6s, the wording ones of course, on defense, then your opponent may kill your team pretty quickly, especially if they have an attacker cron that is constantly just ramping their damage and doing a lot of stuff. They're going to kill you really quick, and they're going to drop a bunch of banners in the process, which will lead to efficiency wins potentially. So of course I'm telling everyone this, so it's just going to be an annoying season for everyone who faces these teams. But that's kind of the strategy here. And I'm just going to assume you don't have 20 attacker crons, guys. So even though Jabba here would be happy to have an attacker cron, instead, why don't you can throw like the one support cron that you rolled. You can just use that. It does some cool stuff with that. One of the few GLs that actually wouldn't mind having that one. And hilariously, if you do that, you know, a lot of people are going to want to use Nice Sisters to counter Jabba still. Nice Sister, that Nice Sister team doesn't have an attacker on the team, so they can't really use an attacker cron to take advantage of the copious number of buffs that Jabba's team is going to be generating. Now, other teams that counter him will probably have a lot easier time with that, but you know, you can't win them all. Lord Vader, I think, honestly, guys, I've only been able to roll 2 attacker crons so far, despite my best efforts. I'm hoping I can get 3 or 4 total for the first week, and then hopefully by the end of week 2 I'll be able to have, you know, close to 10 or something like that. But I do think that Lord Vader is going to have one of my attacker crons, because people are going to try to use Bo-Katan to kill Lord Vader inevitably, and Lord Vader is going to auto kill Bo-Katan if that happens, because Bo-Katan has so many buffs that Lord Vader just does. Like, Bo-Katan's characters are all going to have at least 100 buffs on them, and so Lord Vader's just going to do just a stupid amount of damage to them, just auto kill them basically. So also, I mean, Lord Vader and Apo can't die. It's going to be a tough team for them to get through anyways. So I think this is one of the teams I'm going to put on defense, just because of how stupid that team is going to end up being. And you'll want buffs to be able to beat a team as resilient as Lord Vader, but then Lord Vader does extra damage because of your buffs. It's a vicious cycle. So Ahsoka, I think this is one that you do put a tank cron on, because she's a tank. She's going to be perpetually re-taunting, and she's going to buff her damage, and they ramp mastery really nicely. Yeah, I think this is where Ezra goes, actually, as you probably already see. I think Rey may have a few other options. I think Ezra just makes this team way better. I mean, he always has, but I think that this team with a tank cron is just going to stop a lot of the counts, like soft counters that a lot of people are using. Like Great Mothers, for instance. I think that this team is just going to... It's going to be a really frustrating team to beat, especially because every time these guys go, that it's going to call Ahsoka to assist, and she's just going to be annoying. And then when she dies, she'll revive, which is great. So I'm not sure about this, guys. I think that I want to try this at least. I want to put the Poe cron here. It's the HK cron, whatever. And basically it just means that if someone wants to try Starkiller, then they probably just auto lose, because Poe will immediately fear them all, and then he'll regain taunt, and at some point soon, some point early, and fear them again. Which means that Rey is going to be able to get all of her, she'll be able to get all of her abilities off. And Ben is going to be able to do his big hit at least once, which is also awesome. And I don't know if a Starkiller team can recover from that. I think Will this die to other teams? Yeah, almost certainly. But I don't think that someone's going to casually destroy this team. I could be wrong. Poe could be used anywhere, and obviously Poe is just he's no paragon of tankly virtue or anything. I think he is a tank though, right? Yeah. Is this going to be amazing? Maybe. I hope so. I want to try it. I hope it's going to be good. So help me test it, guys. And also, it has the virtue of being a datacron that you don't have to roll to get. You just know that you get, once you get to level 12, you get Poe's ability. And honestly, you probably want to roll it up to 14 because the stats are pretty dang awesome too. So Pirate King Hondo, this is another one that we don't know. Last season, we didn't have the roll crons available. We probably still use the pirate cron, but last season, the consensus was that Pirate King Hondo with Brutus and Silvo were the best with the Silvo cron. I don't know if that's going to be the case again this season or not. It seems like maybe we'll go with Vane or something instead of Brutus, but we'll just have to see. Last season, we were just trying to survive against a few specific counters, like Supreme Leader Kylo, for instance, and Brutus really messes those plans up. So for now, I think we do this, and maybe we slide into a more efficient, effective team a little bit later. Okay, so the Rex with Fives team, the double Rex with Fives team, it's kind of gone defunct because there's a few teams that just destroy it. And now with the Rex cron, you can it's good again. Like Bad Batch used to do cool things like stun them and daze them and everything, and Rex just eliminates that as a possibility. As if old school Bad Batch needed to be kicked in the nuts a second time, or 7th, 8th, 12th time. Rex is here for it though. He's excited to kick Bad Batch right in the nads. So that'll be fun to watch people try to do that if they're not familiar with the Focus Datacron, which is another one that you can get without having to worry about getting the right roll on a Datacron. Okay, so here's the first team for that I'll put forward to you as you can put a healer cron with these guys. Seventh Sister is a healer, and Grand Inquisitor is going to go first usually, and so you're going to do damage to someone. And I know that Third Sister does healing immunity to people, but Seventh Sister also putting locked buff or damage healing immunity on the team every time she takes a turn. She takes a ton of turns. Maybe this team dies super easily, but the team that's killing them probably ends up dropping a lot of banners. Now, will this be susceptible to Malacos and Malak? Maybe. And maybe it'll end up not being on defense, or at least not look like this. I'm not sure, but I want to try it. Let's see. Maz, this is the team that we used last season. Probably just use the OG Hondo cron for this, and call it a day. Maz is going to be pretty obnoxious on defense again, probably. Okay, so here's the old school team with Jedi training, right? Maybe we want someone else who isn't a resistance character in that third slot. Maybe we don't even want Wat anymore, because Wat is like, he gives a tank a forced taunt, right? And so but Jedi Training Rey is probably going to end up having a perpetual taunt anyways, just because people are going to debuff her team and she's going to re-get her taunt, and even if they put buff immunity on her or something, she's just going to shake that off. She gains a ton of turn meter reactively. Like seems like this team, if you have the tank cron, it's probably good, and maybe BB-8 is better than Wat here instead. But this is kind of the team that we've used in the past anyways. It's gotten a lot of holds for a lot of different people across the timeline. So we'll have to see how it is with a tank cron on defense. Okay, so if you have the Boba, I think it's the Boba cron. I mean, it's these three characters with their Datacron. I'm pretty sure Boba's the level 9 of it though. I just want to put it on defense and see how it goes. This is a full focus Datacron. It's only a level 9, so it's fairly cheap. And a lot of us have these guys geared for one reason or another. Well, a big reason being that they're all required, I think, at Relic 7 or higher for each of them. Maybe Dengar needs lower. I think maybe he's only required at 5, but his ship is so good that I got him up to 9, and you should too. I don't think this team is going to be any good. It's the Zuckuss Forlom Aura team. It seems really sad that this team, these two characters, I have them at Relic 9 for crying out loud. Can I use them? The answer is probably not. So bet it Zucks. So we have, maybe we could put a support cron with Aphra and put him on defense. I mean, she doesn't do any good right now. She'll be good in a few months. I think even in 3s, she'll end up being pretty good with the IG-90. But for now, I guess we can just put her on defense. Don't put an Omicron on 000. I think his days on this squad in 3s are numbered, and his Omicron is only for 3s. So will this team be any good? I don't know. The support cron seems like it might do some interesting stuff with her. Who knows, man? Certainly don't put an attacker cron on the team. Certainly, probably. All right, so now we've got some weird options. Remember how I talked in the offensive team video about if you want to go hard mode, then you can put Seer Malacos on defense. The thing is, these guys also have this really cool defense against healing immunity. It makes you damage immune forever, basically. That like Malacos just has a passive reactive mechanic that lets all the UFUs on his team have damage immunity whenever they get healing immunity. And so this team seems like it might be kind of nice to have on offense, because you can kind of walk into a lot of the healer teams, and not only can the healer teams not revive against you, you're also just kind of impervious to their shenanigans. But if you want to put this team on defense, it's probably a pretty good team. And then, I mean, maybe you just put 9th sister here, or sorry, 7th sister here, and just make it so that that your opponents can't heal, and you, like, Malacos just rocks out, if you will. This team is okay on defense. I think it's going to be really frustrating to beat, honestly. Will it be better on offense? Probably, but we're already keeping a lot of Galactic Legends on offense if you're able to follow this whole guide. So, maybe this team goes on defense, and then if it does, you can. Starkiller probably isn't going to do that much on his own, frankly, or with like a Mara Jade team, and so you can put him on defense with something weird like crew. So you have the pre-taunt, and then you can go with Visas, who's another healer. So you can put the healer cron here, and just seems like this team would be fairly obnoxious to kill, just because Visas will auto-revive people, and then she can also just revive with her kit anyways. And, Starkiller does probably enough damage for the whole team. And, I mean, is this going to be the most optimized version of this team? I don't know. Maybe Barriss would be better here, but maybe we want Barriss on a different team. So, that there is a 60% turn meter level 6 on the previous set, the set that is older now, the purple set. And so you could do that with a Jedi Knight Luke. This is something that Tom was telling me about, and I like the idea. So your weakest character gets 60% turn meter, and then immediately uses the granted ability of Jedi Luke to call a mass assist, and then Jedi Luke gets a bonus turn. So even if he's really slow, he reduces everyone's speed on the opposing team, and then you just beat the crap out of them. I guess if you use Kiadi Mundi here, that's kind of cool. And honestly, he works really nicely with Jedi Luke. I guess the biggest question is, can you deal with teams that don't have can you deal with Nice Sister Zombie or something like that? Teams that'll just misdirect you and make it so that you can only hit one character, because all of these guys are single attack teams, like that. They don't have any AoEs. So you could put Mace here instead, so that he's able to dispel the stealth or whatever. He can be good here. Or if you want to use an attacker cron or a healer cron, I guess is the bigger thing. You can put Barriss on this team. I just wonder with the 25% turn meter cron, I don't know if you're gonna be able to outrun a Zori team, a Finn Zori team, and I don't know if you get enough reactive offense or reactive anything to be able to make it like reactive turn meter, I should say, to make Barriss be able to work. If you make Hermit Yoda really fast, maybe you can outspeed some of the Finns, though probably not because they're getting plus 35 speed from Zori. I'm not really totally sure, but this team seems like a lot of fun on defense as well, just because Jedi Luke is going to be a huge pain if you have to revive him. And that's one of the reasons you will probably want to take like Seer Malacos to be able to kill a team that has healers so that they can't just auto-revive the way Barriss is going to do. But this team seems kind of fun. I really want to run some version of Jedi Luke on defense this season, so I don't know if this is going to be the one that I settle on at the end, but try them, guys. It does a body good. So Kelleran and Beck, if you don't use Barriss with Luke, you can put Barriss with Kelleran and Beck, and it's not the very best because frankly, Kelleran and Beck has a really small health pool compared to his protection pool, but Barriss could go there and just make it so that, I mean, Jocasta is still bugged, right? I mean, not that we want to take advantage of that necessarily, but she's going to be fairly obnoxious. If you can keep her from being killed right away, then she's also just going to go ham on people, and Barriss will revive her. Well, I don't know if she can be revived after she dies once. I'm not totally sure about that, but Barriss is also nice because she is Jedi Vanguard, which means that Jocasta can use her gun still. And once again, we're just trying to steal a ton of banners. Even if we lose, we don't want them to be able to heal and get good banners on you. Jedi Master Mace, I guess you could throw Barriss on this team as well if you wanted to because of Jedi Vanguard reasons. Or if you have a spare attacker cron, this might be finally be the season that Jedi Master Mace is good because Mace and Depa are both attackers. Remember, Ayla is support for some reason. She's very supportive. She has good support. So she's, I think... Will this be the season that Jedi Master Mace is actually good? Probably not. Okay, so Traya, I think we just put her on defense and see what happens. There is a Nihilist cron, but if you use the Nihilist, I think that shares a data cron with a focus data cron with Rex, and I think I prefer the Rex cron. Though Nihilist might end up being the better one with Traya, and you know, Savage. You could also put an attacker cron here and make Savage really strong. There's a lot of options here. I think this team on defense could work pretty nicely though. Let's see. So the Bo-Katan team, we talked about this on the offensive teams video. Just the healer, if you put it with Grogu, just make it so that yes, they'll kill you really quickly if they have an attacker cron, but probably not quick enough to avoid you melting their banners and then dying instantly, so they can't possibly heal. Queen Amidala, if you put it on defense, just be careful. Attacker crons will destroy this because you have so many buffs. But if you have an attacker cron, I mean, honestly, this team is still going to be okay on defense if they don't have an attacker cron. So it might. You already have a ton of stuff on offense. Maybe this team goes on defense just to help you. Saw, this team is really good with an attacker cron as well, and it also has a lot of buffs, so you got to be careful. But this team is also going to be really good with like a tank cron. That tank cron won't be good. A support cron might end up being decent for it. An attacker cron would be good. A lot of things would be good with this team, and I don't know what it's killing on offense. Maybe it kills Queen Amidala actually. Another idea would just be an Enoch team. Like, probably just put some chaff down that hopefully your opponent drops banners on. Also, so big meh on that one. Also, I mean, the perpetual Qui-Gon team on defense. I mean, we're already maybe using Ki-Adi-Mundi on the team. I don't know. This is more just, I want you guys to have good, I mean, decent options for offense. Not everyone has all these teams, all these crazy convoluted teams. So it's not a terrible team. A lot of people in the mid game, especially, be taken off guard by it. All right, Great Mothers. I don't know what we're gonna do. Like, I think the big targets that they usually go for are just not going to be as available this season, and so putting them on defense could honestly really mess with people. And they let's see, you could put an attack. You have one attacker on the team. You could also, I don't think any of them are healers, but I don't know. This team could be a little bit disruptive as well. You have some really good stat crons you could put with them or something. So you could put the Malgus team that we talked about on the offensive teams with double tank. That could be good. If you wanted a third pirate team, Kix is a healer, so you can put the healer cron on them. And then the Padme team, probably, I don't know why I even put that there. I mean, yeah, it's not good. So that's it, guys. This video went longer than I wanted it to, so I'm gonna pull the plug right now. Let me know what your thoughts are. What are some teams you're thinking of? Probably do some kind of update video next week on like more optimized teams, hopefully. So, guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zareth prevails, and I hope you do too. Take care, folks.